This is Sean Ross here from SeanRossProductions.com. I just wanted to answer a quick question that a producer had when he asked me. He said, how am I supposed to get this Wondagurl or Mike Will Made It type 808 sound? Every time I try it, everything seems to clip and get me all distorted, muddy up my mix. Well, I'm going to break it down. It's going to be real quick. Get a nice kick that has quick attack on it, like this one. You see, not much is going on with it. It's just very quick and punchy. Get that. Now take that track, duplicate it. This is my duplicated track right here. And this is going to be your distortion layer on that kick. Now this is what it sounds like without anything affected, any effects. Just the same as the top one. Now, when I add in 3 dBs of saturation, you can do that with any plugin, doesn't matter if it's T-Rex or whatever. You go 3 dBs of drive on the distortion, make sure the threshold's at 0, and then here's kind of the kicker. This is kind of the one that I do that really kind of makes some of the bass tracks stand out. Go into this EQ, and you're going to see when I take this bypass off. This is still on the second layer of the kick, the distortion layer. And you see what I'm doing is I'm boosting and accentuating all of these mid frequencies of the kick, and then I'm cutting off everything after 500 hertz, which is right in the the middle of the spectrum, kind of 1,000 to whatever. But you see where I'm going. I'm cutting it off with a full deal, and then it's fully cutting off around 205, which is where I have this filter cutting it off. But it's funny because I'm boosting this 2K range, which is actually a high mid-range, and even though I'm cutting off after 205, this will still be heard on this downward curve going very slightly into it. It's very gradual, but it'll make a huge difference. So now, after doing all those plug-in effects, you'll hear what it sounds like now. This is just the distortion layer of the kick. Doesn't sound like a ton, but when I bring it in with the other layer, we get a really punchy but still really full and kind of girthy kick for that bottom end there. Now, of course, the one that everybody's trying to figure out is the 808. How do you get that 808 to sit nice and do everything it needs to? Well, first you need to find the nice 808 sample to begin with, like this one. This is without the effects on it. Real basic, good 808 sound. So, what you're going to do, go add 8 dBs of drive on this layer in the distortion. Going to go in. You're going to boost in this 200 range. You're going to boost as much as you can, just like I did with the distortion there on the kick, and the same deal with the 2K range, just like I did on the kick. It's almost the exact same. And then cut it off. Put a low pass filter on it all the way down to 120 to 140. I have mine at 139, whatever here, but you'll tweak this to be able to get your exact sound that you're looking for. And here's the very last thing that's really gonna make the biggest difference, I think, is the sidechain compression. So what I'm doing here is I sent out our 2 kick layers on a bus right here. So every time this kick hits, it's going to go into this sidechain compression in this 808, and every time that kick hits, you'll watch as this compressor gets affected. So I'm going to do it without even playing the 808 right now. You'll just hear the kick and you'll watch it as it comes up here. So what this is doing is every time that kick hits, it's making the 808 duck under. That's what this gain reduction is. So every time that kick hits, that's how much the volume, essentially the gain, the 808 is ducking every time, and how fast it's releasing. Now you don't want it to be too drastic. You want it to be set the threshold anywhere from 5 to -10 dBs like I have here. Because you don't want the 808 to completely go away when the kick hits. You just want it to give the kick enough room to punch through the mix without distorting, and that's the problem that everybody runs into. So you'll see now when I bring all these together,